Welcome back to the channel, guys. Just wanted to do a quick video on this new light that I have installed, the Warp 9 big light headlight. It is so goddamn bright. I'm going to turn this bike on just in a second to show you guys. We also got the direct stem mount installed and the direct bar mount installed as well, and I've been loving all of these upgrades. We decided to go with magnesium. I was originally going to do gold highlights all over this bike. There's a Talaria XXX that I saw on Reddit that actually had gold accents that I really liked, but some Warp 9 parts just they aren't available in gold. It's only magnesium, so we went with magnesium. There you guys can see the light is absolutely insane. It also comes with an off switch, so I can turn it off, and I have daytimes that will run. There you guys can see the daytimes. Yeah, installing this thing wasn't too bad. It took me about 2 hours to install all of this. Hardest part was getting the star nut, the stock star nut, out of this stem so that I can install the direct stem mount. But we eventually made it work. Hardest part was finding something long enough to knock or hammer out the star nut. I actually ended up using the direct stem mount screw. It's a very long screw sitting in here, keeping the handlebars in line with the fork. And you guys can actually see a few scratches on the top there, but it doesn't matter. Bike looks really nice. We also did maintenance. I cleaned the chain here. It looks 10 times cleaner than it was before. We also did an oil change. There's a nut that you have to loosen on the other side of this bike to do the oil change. We're currently sitting at we're at 231 miles on the bike, but yeah, I just wanted to get the oil change done and out of the way since we were already doing maintenance. Some other things that I did were I filled up the tubes in these tires, both tires, with Flat Out. Flat Out is a tire sealant, Kevlar based, so now I don't have to worry as much about getting a flat when I'm on the road. If the tube is punctured, Flat Out should fill that hole if I filled them up correctly. Fill that hole, and then I'll be able to pump up the tires again and at least get a temporary seal until I can get home and switch the tubes out. So that's been great. Yeah, these are the first upgrades on the bike, and I'm honestly loving them. We're gonna get some more nighttime content out for you guys. It's just been raining a lot in San Francisco. San Francisco had its first tornado ever, or there was a tornado warning for the first time ever in San Francisco, and there was just a ton of rain and wind for like a couple days. I want to say it got really bad one night, and that's when we got the tornado warning. Luckily no tornado formed. About an hour and a half south of San Francisco, a tornado actually did touch down. Thankfully didn't do too much damage, and I don't think there were any casualties. So yeah, it's just been crazy weather out here in San Francisco. We're gonna go for a quick ride back home. I just came out to pick up some Chinese food, and we're gonna ride right on back home and talk about some of these upgrades. So first thing I'll talk about is the direct stem mount and the direct handlebar mount. These have made my riding experience so much better. I want to make it clear, you guys do not have to go with the Warp 9 parts for these. The only reason why I did that is because I already ordered the big light and then realized I needed the direct stem mount. You can actually see the headlight mount attaches directly to the handlebar mount. So that's the only reason why I decided to go Warp 9 everything. I originally was not planning on going the Warp 9 route at all because, you know, the parts can be a little bit pricey just for aesthetics, but I'm overall happy with it. So there's a bunch of other companies who make direct stem mounts that are like 10 times cheaper, and you don't really have to go with this headlight either. But the reason why I love it is that it's just so goddamn bright. I've had to keep tilting the headlight forward just to make sure I don't blind anybody, but I mean, it works, does the job. I'll be able to be much safer on night rides. The next upgrade I want to do is get a proper brake light and turn signals installed. I've seen a few posts on Reddit where people have done this pretty easily. I just might have to do some splicing and some minor soldering for the kits. Because having turn signals is so important, in my opinion, for city riding. It just makes your life 10 times easier when communicating where you want to go and what turns you want to make to other cars. I don't really want to be doing like hand signals and stuff while I'm riding. Even in this scenario, if having signals would just make my life 10 times easier. But yeah, as I mentioned, or I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this will be a two-part series. This is just a quick part one, showing you guys how good this light is. I only had it for about a week, so I'm still trying to figure out how good it is, but I'm so far so happy with it. Definitely would be the first upgrade I would do on one of these bikes. If you guys do like, you know, night riding or riding in the street, it's gonna be a whole lot easier to be seen with these lights. Nice Porsche. There are so many Porsches in San Francisco. My dream car actually is a 911 Turbo. That's been my dream car for like the last, ever since I was a teenager. It's been the car that I always wanted. Hopefully one day we'll get enough money to buy one of those. Either that or the GT2, GT3, make like the track version. Yeah, that would definitely be a really nice car to drive. I've been borderline obsessed with motorcycle content. I've been like learning more about motorcycles, paying attention to the news for new motorcycles. I've been looking at Yamaha is about to release the R9 and all the debate around it, how it compares to the R6 and the R1. Not to say I'm gonna get a motorcycle. I'm very happy with this Talaria MX-5, but yeah, it definitely gets me wondering about what upgrades I'll be able to do to this in the future. Maybe to get a higher max speed, do a little, you know, short highway content. You know, that would maybe a few months from now when they start releasing controllers. As far as I'm aware, most of the aftermarket for the MX-5 is almost non-existent. You can get a few like upgrades like I did for Warp 9 handlebar and direct stem mounts, but I don't think there's any wheels that currently fit the MX-5. I know most of the MX-4 parts aren't interchangeable on the MX-5, and getting like, eventually I want to get like a 16-inch rear fat tire, and there aren't any wheels available just because of the difference in the sprocket and other changes in the wheel. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. We're going to be getting part 2 out very soon. I'm going to be going on like a similar forest route that I took on my first video before doing this upgrade. I'll link that video in the description as well. So thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.